Magandang araw, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. At pati na rin sa ating mga manonood abroad. Welcome back sa isa na namang episode ng isa sa mga programa ng Philippine Statistics Authority. This is Stat Talk, where data is more than just numbers. Ako si Miss Kay, ang kaysama at magbibigay ng kailaman sa inyo ngayong araw. Today, pag-uusapan natin ang survey na tumutok sa paggamit ng gadgets, internet at iba pang digital tech sa mga kabahayan sa buong Pilipinas. Gaano ba karami ang may access sa internet? Ilan ang may computer o smartphone sa bahay? At paano ba ginagamit ng mga Pilipino ang ICT sa araw-araw? Sa work, sa school o sa entertainment? Yan ang mga titingnan natin today. Kaya kung interesado kayong malaman kung nasaan na tayo sa digital landscape at anong sinasabi ng data tungkol sa ICT sa mga tahanan, tutok lang mga ka-StatTalk. Hindi lang ito basta survey. Ito'y kwento kung paano tayo makikipagsabayan sa digital world. I am proud to present the Philippine Statistics Authority OIC Chief Statistical Specialist of Labor Standards and Relations Statistics Division, Ms. Christine S. Ariola. Magandang araw, Ms. Christine, and welcome to StatTalk.
Good morning everyone. Good morning Miss Kay at sa lahat ng mga taga-subaybay ng ating Stat Talk podcast.
Ayan, so ang ating topic for today is National ICT Household Survey. So, Ma'am Tin, no, pwede niyo po ba kaming bigyan ng kaunting background tungkol sa 2024 National ICT Household Survey? What is it about and why is it important?
Okay. So, ang NICTHS or ang National Information and Communications Technology Household Survey ay isa sa mga household-based survey ng Philippine Statistics Authority. So, pag sinabi nating household survey, ang mga respondents natin dito ay mga sambahayan at mga individual. So, sa 2024 NICTHS, meron po tayong around 44,000 sample households and individuals aged 10 and over. So, sila po yung mga tinanong natin. Particularly, kasama sa mga questions po natin, yung paggamit at access nila sa pangunahing ICT devices tulad ng computers, television, and cell phones. Also, part ng questionnaires, tinanong po natin sa kanila yung tungkol sa e-commerce. Alam naman po natin na e-commerce is in today, yung online selling and online buying. So, kasama din po yun sa mga tinanong. Kasama din po yung kanilang access to e-government websites like mga services and transactions done online. Pati na rin yung ating sa kanilang mga technology-enabled incident like yung cyber attacks and text scams. So, nandun din po yun sa ating questionnaire. And even po yung paggamit ng artificial intelligence. So, marami pong data tayong makukuha from the NICTHS. Kaya po, ginawa po itong survey na ito in coordination, of course, with the Department of Information and Communications Technology, which is the lead for the survey. Sila po yung nag-coordinate with the PSA to conduct this survey. So, itong survey na ito ay partnership natin with the Department of Information and Communications Technology in which they coordinated with PSA to conduct this survey. So, ang main goal nitong NICTHS, of course, to have a comparative data from the 2019 since was the first survey, tagal na, no? So 2019 pa. So alam naman natin na maraming nangyari after the pandemic and during the pandemic in which nag-boost talaga yung mga ICT usage ng ating mga Pilipino. So this survey would be a good picture to see ano ba yung nangyayari ngayong 2024. And then, of course, this survey also supports yung ating mga performance monitoring indicators sa Philippine Development Plan and then the Sustainable Development Goals and also yung ating mga ICT plans from the DICT and even international benchmarking. So, marami po talagang indicators tayong makukuha from the NICTHS.
Ayan, so sa ating mga manonood, no, yung ating 2024 NICTHS ay in partnership with the ICT. So, ma'am, dahil may partnership tayo with them, no, kakatapos lang din ang ating dissemination forum last month para sa ating preliminary results. So, what are some of the key findings that stood out during the event?
Yes, during the dissemination in which we invited the NGAs, the different NGAs, academic institution, and the different partners in the field of ICT. So, one of the major highlight is, let me just read that, Ms. KM, yung ating paggamit ng internet ng ating mga individual in which nagkaroon tayo ng increase ng around 41.9%. So, ganun kataas from the 2019 data. So, around 67.3 na mga individuals ang gumagamit ng internet. So, makikita talaga natin yung the shift on how Filipinos are relying on the internet on their everyday lives, di ba? Even on us, di ba? We use internet mainly for our transactions, for our everyday living. So, another thing, yung online activities to earn money and to sell goods online. So, maraming mga ganito. Tumaas yung percentage ng mga merong ganitong transaction online. Also, yung mga gumagamit ng internet to purchase goods and services. So, maraming ng mga bumibili ng clothing, fragrance, footwear, sporting goods, and accessories. So, ito yung mga top purchase goods online. Also, nag-increase din naman yung internet uses na nag-access ng mga government websites. Like, ang pinakamataas dito is yung most access are those may kinalaman sa contribution like the SSS, GSIS, and PhilHealth. So, kasama din dito yung mga certificates like the NBI, the PSA, online services, so, and other mga LGUs na mga websites. So, talagang yun yung mga na-highlight during the data dissemination forum natin last month.
Okay, so I'm sure no sa ating mga manonood, ramdam nyo din naman ang paggamit ng internet, and at the same time sa aming data, lumabas ito na 67% ang in-increase ng mga taong gumagamit ng internet sa Pilipinas. So in terms of gadgets naman, ma'am, kamusta naman po ang access ng ating mga kababayan sa paggamit ng gadgets? Siyempre sila ay gumagamit ng internet, I'm pretty sure. Kasama na rin dito ang paggamit din ng mga gadgets. So dumami po ba ang mga kabahayan na may tablets, computers, and such?
Okay. In terms of the gadgets, specifically for computers, for the household kasi, bumaba siya. Bakit siya bumaba? Kasi what we are measuring in the NICTHS are computers that are communal or shared. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang magamit ng any person or any member of the family at any time. So, these are shared computers. However, for those individuals naman, ang pinakamataas na increase are those using the cellphone. Kasi nga nagkaroon sila ng individual cellphone, like with 38.9 percentage points increase from 2019. So, ganun kataas yung nagmamayari ng mga individual cellphones for individuals. Among the type of cellphones naman po, the use of smartphones really increased for around 93% of those individuals have smartphones, while the rest, mga analogs pa rin yung ginagamit natin.
I see. So, ayun na sa ating mga kababayan, I'm pretty sure almost all of us, kahit kayo sa nanonood ngayon, gamit nyo ang inyong mga smartphones sa panonood ng ating programa. So ngayon ma'am, based naman po sa survey, how are Filipinos mainly using ICT sa bahay, sa work, or education, or entertainment?
Yes. Let me just look at the data, no? So, dun sa ating data na pinalabas nitong last month, for the preliminary results. So, mapapansin natin, for the household use, pinakamataas pa rin ang social media, in which they use the social media to communicate to their loved ones. Siyempre, through social media, mas madali yung communication through other persons. So, yun yung pinakamataas. And then, followed by yung entertainment. So, they use it for movies and games. And then, we have, of course, for studies. For household. So, importante na ginagamit nila ang internet for studies. In terms of individuals naman, na usage ng internet, ganun din. Yung information na nagagather nila through internet, talagang mainly used for their everyday lives and their communications and their research. So, malaki talaga yung makukuha nating information for this survey.
So sa ating mga manonood, of course, we are already on the digital era, no? So ramdam natin talaga siya. So of course, ma'am, since itong mga data na to, no, speaking of governance naman po, what are the implications of these results for digital policy or public service delivery, especially po sa education, health, or even employment?
Yes, of course. Let me just quote or mention the message of our Secretary of the DICT, Secretary Henry Ruel Aguda, during the Data Dissemination Forum. So, according to him, let me just read this, pag may datos, may direction, stressing out and giving emphasis on the data we provide at PSA. So, the NICTHS is one of the survey in which could help the government. Specifically, he mentioned about the Konektadong Pinoy Bill, in which the NICTHS can play a vital role actually, since one of the component of the bill is to boost digital inclusion. So through the NICTHS, makikita natin saan bang mga areas or regions ang wala pang access sa internet or kulang ang mga access, kulang yung connection or they lack government facility to provide internet. So the infrastructure is there. So through the NICTH, we can provide those information on what regions they could target really. So I think this is for the DICT's plans and policy intervention. When it comes naman to ating education naman, so mapapansin natin dun sa result kasi, let me just read this, that in terms of education, we can see in the preliminary result, yung work and in school had the highest percentage of the alternative ways for the household to access the internet. So other than their home, pwede silang maka-access through the sa kanilang trabaho at sa school. So makikita natin that it's already available other than now. So they have the access anywhere they can need the internet or they need the computer to access.
So ma'am, ibig sabihin po, no, this survey is really not just from PSA, but it is really a whole of a government approach, no? Kasi dahil itong mga data na to ay magagamit ng ating mga mambabatas para makagawa pa ng mga serbisyo para sa ating mga kababayan. So ma'am, ngayon naman po na may initial findings na tayo, no, with the results that we release, ano naman po ang mga next steps? Doon nabanggit mo na kanina na meron nga pong mga policies and programs na ginagawa ang DICT. In PSA side naman po, will there be more in-depth studies or programs that PSA and other agencies are planning to respond?
So, starting this August 20, so we have our Regional Data Dissemination Forum, which will be conducted by the respective PSA regional offices. So dito, the focus will be on the national and the regional data. So the stakeholders will know what are the regional information on the ICT side on their respective regions. So mas focus, mas localize yung data na ilalabas natin dito. And then also, we'll be having, of course, the simultaneous succeeding releases ng ating other ICT indicators included in the NICTHS, particularly on the use of computers, the e-commerce modules, and the AI. So, meron tayong mga succeeding press releases. And then, we'll be also releasing the final report in which includes all the indicators included in the NICTHS and all the highlights and results of the survey. So, yun po yung dapat abangan ng ating mga kababayan. Of course, we'll be also having the public use file. We'll be releasing the public use file for our researcher para makapag-tabulate sila on their own. So, this will be released this year. So, antayin na lang po natin mailabas yung ating public use file. And then, in terms of the different agencies involved in the ICT sector, there has been discussion actually to institutionalize this survey, meaning that we could this meaning that they have a plan to conduct this on a regular basis since yun nga, the first one was conducted in 2019 pa by the Philippine Statistical Research and Training Institute, and then second, this was conducted by PSA in 2024. So they have a plan to conduct this on a 3-year basis para magkaroon tayo ng data, relevant data, timely relevant data. Since alam naman natin that the ICT industry, ICT sector is fast moving, so para maka-adapt tayo dun sa fast pace ng ICT.
I'm sure ang ating mga kababayan ay masaya ding nalaman, no, ma'am, na ang ating 2024 or ang ating NICTHS survey ay gaganapin na siya every 3 years. So, sa atin din, of course, na ating mga researchers, abangan lang din po ang mga susunod na releases o ang final release ng data na ito. Malalaman natin dito ang interesting trends na lalabas pagdating sa sex disaggregated data, differences sa ICT access and usage between males and females, usage per age group, at kung sino ang pinaka-active online at iba pa. So, Ma'am Tin, sa panghuling question, na ano naman po ang gusto nyong i-share na message sa ating mga viewers about the importance of being part of the surveys like this and about sa digital inclusion in general?
Thank you, Ms. KM. So, to our viewers, so maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig, and marami sa inyo, ang alam ko pong has been respondents not only for the NICTHS but also for the other surveys conducted by the PSA. So, we sincerely thank you for your continued support and participation. So, yung willingness nyo to welcome our enumerators and share your valuable information plays a vital role in shaping yung ating data-driven policies and programs. So, hindi lang ang ating national government agencies ang magbe-benefit from the data you provided, but also kayo po, mga citizens, by enabling more targeted and effective intervention. So, especially in promoting digital inclusion and ensuring that no one is left behind. So, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, and I hope you will continue support the PSA undertaking. So, thank you po.
Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Tin, and of course, bumubuo po ng LSRSD. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapa-unlock sa aming interview. Huwag niyong kalimutang i-follow at i-like ang aming Facebook page at PSA GovPH, at kapareho din ito ng aming X and TikTok account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at PSA GovPH_ para mapanood ang iba pang episodes ng StatUp. Sa ngalan ng aming National Statistician and Civil Registrar General, Undersecretary Claire Dennis S. Mapa, DNS Divina Gracia L. Del Prado, ANS Adrian Cerezo, ang aming DNS Minerva Eloisa P.S. Kibias, at sa aming hepe na si Simonette A. Nesperos. Maraming salamat din sa KMCD Coms team na sina Ting Villar, Lemuel Garcia, AJ Palmieri, Joanna Casasola at Alanis Maunahan. Magkita-kita tayo sa susunod na episode para sa isa na namang makabuluhang topic ng ating programa. Muli, ako si Ms. K ng Philippine Statistics Authority. Ito ang StatUp, kung saan ang numero, datos at estadistika ay gabay ng Republika.